Apex, Brazil. Green flag is out. Here we go at Kansas.
Remember, on the outside of your screen, that red car there, that's Robert Dornbos, who did a great job of qualifying. But this is his very first oval, first turn one at 200+ miles an hour.
And look at that flag blowing right down the backstretch, 25 to 35 miles an hour. The battle is for second as Robert Dornbos is on the high side and loses second spot.
But for a guy doing his first couple of corners on an oval, just to let Scott Dixon go by and follow him, hey, that's good. That's a win for Dornbos.
You can see him carrying the momentum, just pulling alongside there. Nice and clean, right at the start-finish line.
Bit of Graham getting high and losing some speed, and Dixon taking advantage. This.
He's on the gas. There it is.
Okay, the timing on the audio was a little bit different than when we listened to it in real time, but now Viso with his view.
Ooh, and he picked up.
Yeah, he lost a right front wing.
Yep. And both of those guys had moved up nicely.
Okay, here we're watching. Boy, he just really checked up there all of a sudden.
Because down on the back straightaway, I just was noting here that because of the wind, he got the wind, he got the air taken off the front of the car, and he had to lift, and that dramatically slowed his progress, and it caused a chain reaction.
There's Dornbos leaving, lighting it up.
Ooh, close to, in fact, he did.
That was teammate.
Yep.
Teammate's right rear, wasn't it?
Just caught that. Now, he may well receive a drive-through penalty for contact. It depends on if they feel that the wheel was positioned correctly.
The Apex Brazil restart is underway, and look at Graham Rahal head to the outside of Scott Dixon to challenge for the lead.
And making it work on the high side. All the drivers said, you know, getting on the high side of the racetrack or on the outside of the racetrack. Look at that, looking right on over the Graham on the high side of the racetrack. That is the tough place to stay, right up there. It's just to keep the car running flat out through there is tough. And, you know, the wind just makes that worse. And sure enough, he just kind of tucked back in behind Scott now. Ron Marias looking back at, ooh, look at the wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Chasing it.
Oh, yeah.
That's called chasing it up the track. Wiggle, wiggle, chase it up the track.
From another angle, just brushes the safer barrier, but enough to do some rather significant damage.
I don't think I put that in the brush category.
That was a hit. Determine what happened here. Mentioned that he was in a 3-car battle.
So Graham goes, he's going for the pits. He's going for the pits. It gets on the brakes and almost runs into the back of Rahal. Woohoo!
Was he going for the pits?
Yeah.
Or did he just think he was going to follow him down there and come back up? And just that transition, he's like, oh, no, I don't want to go to the pits.
I think he's going for the, remember how we talked about in the whole weight jacker piece that when you get on the brakes and you're not on the banking? Yeah, it just locks it. See, he was going to slow behind Graham Rahal and said, I'm going to hit him. And he took avoiding action, and he took one into the wall instead of going into the back of Graham Rahal.
Briscoe situation here.
It's a split screen. Dario Franchitti slides, goes up, and smacks the wall, and there is the yellow line for pit road. The white one actually is where the transponder is. So Roger Penske was correct. They were on the way into the pits, but Robbie, you called it, hadn't hit the timing line. We're now in the electronic era that as soon as all the yellow lights go on, they have a data feed for when did the yellow light go on and when did he cross the transponder line.
We've talked about it all weekend. Scott Dixon is the Oval Meister. First 2 races of 2009 have not been good. 16th at St. Pete, 15th at Long Beach. But he is within 1 lap of victory here this afternoon. Scott Dixon wants to come to Indy with momentum, and it appears as if he is going to do so for Target Chip Ganassi Racing. He's on the bottom of the racetrack looking toward the checkered flag, and Scott Dixon wins his 17th race in his IndyCar career, second behind Sam Hornish